Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we have another offering from Thrunite. I think you guys are going to like this one. This is model TC20 version 3. So let's get this on the bench and take a closer look. So here we are taking a look at the Thrunite TC20 version 3. There's a look at it on the side of the package there. And then here is a look at the other side of the package. You can see that it's offered in cool white or in neutral white. We have the cool white option here, and we have the black color for the flashlight. And the packaging, as always, with Thrunites is fantastic. So let's go ahead and pull out this foam. As you can see, the packaging is good. It's very well protected. So right here we have the user manual, and of course we'll get to that here in just a second. Let's see what's in the bottom of this package. We have a lanyard, very cool, and it looks like there's a tail cap switch O-ring. Looks like there's actually two of them. Let's open it up and take a closer look. So we have two O-rings and a charge port cover, plus the lanyard. So that is absolutely fantastic. This is a nice little lanyard too. It feels good in the hand. It's a round feeling. It has like a rubber core. It says Thrunite on it. So very nice lanyard. You do get the USB-A to USB-C charging cable. So it's nice that they include that with the light. In the bottom of the package you can see some silica gel, and that's about it. So the next thing that we see is the flashlight itself. Here's a look at that, and right here on the bottom of the flashlight you can see the USB-C charging port. Very nice. It's got this little rubber charge port cover that fits in there, and it fits in there pretty nice. The feel of this is nice. On the side here you have this little lever that goes back and forth, and what that does is that locks and unlocks the flashlight. So when it's in this position, the flashlight is locked, and when it's in this position, it's unlocked. You can see that there's a nice dual direction pocket clip here. Very cool. This is a magnetic tail end here, and then if we look at the business end of the flashlight, you can see those 4 LEDs. It has a glass lens, and we're also noticing a nice aggressive strike bezel. So I like that. Now right here there's a card here, and it says notice. What it's telling us to do is tighten down the body to the head of the flashlight. So very nice. But before we do that, I want to take this off and take a closer look at the battery. There you can see the head of the flashlight. Nice solid contact point there. Looks like the build quality is pretty good. And if you look at the threads, you can see that they're lubricated, so that's nice. Battery housing is nice and thick. You can see a spring down there in the bottom. I think that's dual springs down there. Very nice. Now, I originally thought that this unscrewed, but I don't think it does. Unless they got it like Loctited or something, this does not unscrew. Here's a look at the battery that's included. This is a 21700 cell with a 5000 milliamp hour capacity. Standard battery. You got a USB-C port here, so you have the little indicator. It'll turn red and then green when charging is complete. There's the negative and the positive end of the battery. Very nice. So to insert the battery into the battery tube, you just put the negative down towards the bottom, and you'll see that it's spring loaded. That O-ring right there is the O-ring that we thread the head of the flashlight over. So once you do that and you go over that O-ring, it creates that IPX8 waterproof rating. So at this point, everything is nice and tight. the flashlight is ready to use at this point. So again, if the flashlight is in the locked position, it won't turn on. You see there's nothing happening with the LEDs. But if you swing this down to the unlock position, you see the little unlock right there. When we push and hold, you can see that the light comes on to the lowest mode. This is Firefly mode. This is 1 lumen. And on this setting, it'll last 22 days of runtime. That's pretty neat. Push and hold, you can see that we're cycling up to low. This is 31 lumens, and on low, this will last 21 hours. That's a long time. Push and hold again, we're going to bump it up to medium. 294 lumens for 9.5 hours of runtime. I think this would probably be a good setting if you're out looking for crawdads or camping or something like that. 9.5 hours is really good. Push it again. We're going to go to medium high. 665 lumens for 3 hours and 59 minutes. So just short of 4 hours. Push and hold again. We're going to jump up to high. This is 1429 lumens for 2 hours and 34 minutes. So just over 2.5 hours. Now if I double press, we'll get into turbo here. This is 4,720 lumens. This produces 258 meters of throw, 16,720 candela, and it'll last for 2 hours and 37 minutes. That is fantastic. If I triple press, we will get a strobe. So strobe warning. There's the strobe of 2,400 lumens. It does not specify the runtime of that. Single press turns the light off, and then of course we single press and it will come back to the last mode accessed, with the exception of Firefly or strobe. So double press will take us to turbo. So that is fantastic. Now when you turn the light on, you'll see the power level indicator. That tells us a lot. Right now it's green, and I like that it lasted for a few seconds. Green is between 21% and 100%. That's how much battery we have left. If we're between 11 and 20%, that indicator will be red. And if we're between 1 and 10%, we'll see that as a flashing red indicator. And in the event that that indicator does not turn on at all, our battery is probably dead. Now the dimensions of this flashlight, it is 125 millimeters long. That's 4.92 inches. It is 35 millimeters diameter at the head and 28 millimeters at the body. That is just fantastic. Now when you plug in your USB-C here to charge this, just like the battery, it will turn red here and it'll turn green when charging is complete. This is magnetic, like I mentioned. This is impact resistant down to 1.5 meter. The retail price at the time of me filming this video for this flashlight is about $63. The weight of this flashlight, it's not very heavy. It's 197 grams. So not too bad. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the user manual. I pretty much talked about a lot of the stuff that we just went through, but this is good information here. Tells you how to lock and unlock the light, how to change the modes, talks about the Firefly mode, memory function. The light will turn on to the last mode, access except Firefly and strobe. And it talks about the recharging function, red and green, like I said, magnetic tail cap. Fantastic. Here's some contact information for Thrunite if you're interested in getting in touch with them. This is just a really nice flashlight. It reminds me of the Seeker series that we see from OLIGHT, but this one has a much lower price point, and I think you're getting just as good a flashlight. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the light on. We're going to put it on Firefly. We're going to drop it down into the bucket of water, let it sit there for a few minutes, let it flip around, and then now we have the light out. Let's go ahead and push the water out of the way, and let's go ahead and cycle through the modes. There's Firefly, there's low, there's medium, medium high, there's high, Double press, there's turbo, and triple press for strobe. So looking good. Turn the light off, turn the light back on, and then of course we can cycle back through the modes. This light has a lot of modes, which I really like. So as you can see, this clearly passes the IPX8 waterproof testing with flying colors. When you're finished with the flashlight, whether you leave the light on or turn it off, you can slide this switch into lockout. Now the light won't come on, and you can see that it automatically turned the light off. Slide it into unlock, and then of course we can use the light as normal. Okay, right now I got an old saw blade, and you can see that this tail cap magnet is strong. It has a good grasp on that saw blade. So that magnet is good. This light will easily tail stand, so you can use it for a night light if you want to. But yeah, that magnet, they did a good job with that one. It's hanging on really well. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at Firefly. This is 1 lumen. This is a good setting if you're looking for splinters or bug bites, maybe you got a wound, or you just want to read your book without waking up the whole camp. This will last 22 days. This is a fantastic setting. If we push and hold, we're going to bump up to low. Now off in the distance you can see low. This is 31 lumens, and I love the runtime. 21 hours of runtime. I think this is going to be plenty of light for doing normal tasks around your camp. Push and hold, we're going to bump it up to medium. This is 294 lumens for 9.5 hours of runtime. So that's medium. We push and hold, we're going to go up to medium high, 665 lumens for 3 hours and 59 minutes. I love the beam pattern. If I push and hold a little more, we'll get up to high. This is 1429 lumens for 2 hours and 34 minutes. That's exceptionally bright. If I double press, we'll jump up to turbo. 4,720 lumens for 2 hours and 37 minutes. And again, we get 258 meters of throw out of this turbo setting. Now if I triple press, we're going to go to strobe. So here's our 2400 lumen strobe mode. Very disorienting. It does not specify what the runtime is. If I single press, the light will turn off, and then if I single press again, we'll come back to the last mode access prior to turbo, which we are on high here. So again, if I double press from here, you'll see we went from high to turbo. Push and hold, again, we can cycle through the modes. And then let's go down to the Firefly once again. There's Firefly, and then off in the distance, you can kind of see what's going on. So hopefully you enjoyed those night shots out of this Thrunite TC20 version 3. This is a nice flashlight. Well folks, that's really all I have for you today on this video, taking a look at this very popular Thrunite TC20 version 3. Man, this thing is fantastic. This thing is bright, as you can see in those night shots. I want to say thank you to Thrunite for sending this flashlight out for review. If you guys are interested in this light or anything Thrunite, I'll put a link down below in the description box. So thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave comments down below and let me know what you think about this flashlight. And thumb up this video on your way out. If you like the type of content that you see on this channel, please hit that subscribe button, choose all notifications. And until next time, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. That thing is fantastic. We'll see you. Bye.